Wait for it, wait for it.
いた
Oh my god. Turn around, buddy. You deserve this.
Ouch!
Today we're playing doubles with my new Selkirk BoomStik. Now this was a paddle that I've been wanting to get for a long time. I think it sat in my shopping cart on my computer for like close to 2 months, almost basically since it was released. As I worked up the courage to click the buy now button just because of its crazy price tag. Now the Selkirk BoomStik retails for around $333 US, or about $520 Canadian when you account for taxes. Now with a hefty price tag like that, it's kind of rare that you get to see someone playing with one, so when I purchased it, I sort of purchased it blind with no real idea of how it played because I never had the chance to playtest it. But let me tell you, now that I've finally got one, I am so happy with it. Aside from the power, this thing is just an absolute beast. It really is one of the most enjoyable paddles to play with, and it's obviously not just because of the power, which it does have plenty of, but it's more so because of the massive sweet spot that it has, probably something to do with the weights on the side, what they call their moment of inertia weighting system. And as you can see in some of the clips here, my game at the net has just gotten so much better. I'm able to, hit off-center volleys as if I'm hitting them directly in the center of the paddle. And it's really increased my confidence. And, the other day I was playing with my friends and I literally felt like I was a brick wall standing at the kitchen. Now when I first got the paddle, I was coming from the Yola Pro 4, which is also a relatively powerful paddle, so I'm not sure what I was expecting, but from what I heard, it was supposed to be one of the most powerful paddles on the market. And yeah, that is true, but the BoomStik's power isn't so crazy that it's uncontrollable. It's something in line with all the other power paddles on the market today. But what does make the BoomStik so much better than any other paddle that I've used, whether Gen 3 or Gen 4, is the size of its massive sweet spot. Like, I swear, you could hit the ball almost anywhere on your paddle and it just goes where you want it to go. It's really nothing like any other paddle that I've ever played with. Another super cool feature about the BoomStik that's pretty unique is the new Infinigrit surface that Selkirk says is, one of the longest lasting grits on any paddle today. And yeah, obviously that's going to be tested with time, but I will say with the 2 to 3 weeks that I have played with this paddle, that Infinigrid surface is working really well. And I'm serious when I say this, I don't think I'm able to generate the level of spin that I can with a Selkirk BoomStik with any other paddle. The amount you can shape the ball is crazy. And I'm able to generate spin that I'm not able to generate with other paddles, and that's because I have a fresh coating of Infinigrit on this paddle. And I will say this Infinigrit surface feels like it's even more rough than the Infinigrit surface on their new Lux paddles, their new Lux control paddles. Like the grit on this paddle is like the grittiest grit I have ever used on any paddle, so much so that it almost feels like I'm able to generate as much spin as I would with like strings on a tennis racket, if that makes sense. It's a really unique feeling that you've got to experience on your own to really know what I'm talking about. But when you're playing pickleball, you kind of have to be really conscious about the angle of your racket, where the ball is going to go, and you can't overly rely on the grit of your paddle when shaping the ball. With the Selkirk BoomStik, when I'm driving, particularly with the forehand, I'm able to angle my paddle down as I would with a tennis racket when driving with a tennis racket, and I'm able to generate similar levels of spin and shape the ball as if I was hitting it with a tennis racket. And it's really just the most unique feeling to have with any other paddle when playing pickleball. And so far, I've tried a lot of other paddles, and so far for a Gen 4 paddle, the only one that I truly like is the Selkirk BoomStik. All the other all foam core paddles, they feel a little funny when you hit the ball, and it's because of their like zero dwell time when comparing them to Gen 3 paddles, where the ball is actually able to go into the paddle a little bit before it bounces off, versus all the new Gen 4 paddles don't do that. They kind of bounce off your paddle face instantaneously. But because of the ring of EVA foam on the Selkirk BoomStik, you do still get that dwell time and that similar feeling that you get with the older Gen 3 paddles that makes them so enjoyable to use. And it kind of takes away all the downsides of playing with the new Gen 4 paddles. You know, you get the increased durability, you get the crazy spin from Selkirk's new Infinigrid, and then you get that similar feeling dwell time. And when you put all of those together, you get the most unique feeling paddle ever. And if you watch some of these clips, you can just see how much fun I'm having. You know, all the resets I'm hitting, all the dinks, all the soft games, but most importantly, everything at the front of the net, all the volleys. The amount of confidence that this paddle gives you when you're at the net it's really just like unrivaled. I truly felt like a brick wall while playing with this paddle. Now let's take a second and analyze some of these clips here and see how the Selkirk BoomStik made a difference in the gameplay. You can see I got a really deep return there. I get a good volley. Now I'm at the net, just confident as hell. Oh, nice dink. Aggressive. 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 Boom! Win the point. I wouldn't have done that with my Pro 4. Big serve. Okay, approach. Nice dink. Nice soft game. Oh, you know, too good for him to return it. Alright, my partner returns. He tries to lob me. I'm too fast. There we go with an aggressive volley. And we win the point. And you know, this theme repeats. The moment you're able to get to the net with the BoomStik, if you have any sort of basic playability, you're gonna win the point. Look at that. Did you see that? How? Oh, my partner got hit there. Oh, that was crazy. But how did I get that reset? You know, the thing felt like a friggin' laser in my hands. So fast, so accurate, and just so enjoyable to use. Alright, my partner serves it. We get a nice return, a little short. I go for the drop. Look at that. Perfect drop. Drive. It's out. Okay, let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, my partner gets hit again. Man, he was just getting smoked left, right, center that day. Okay, aggressive block, another aggressive block, tons of spin on it. They're trying to approach, but we're keeping them back, and we win the point again. Big serve. Don't know what I'm doing with my wrist there, though. Okay, down the middle. Boom, I'm there to defend. 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 Are we going to win this point? We just need to approach again. I think that was out. I'm not sure though. And we're able to approach and we win the point, and I think that's game. And I swear, I was not playing like this with my Yola Pro 4. Like, the level of control that I have with the BoomStik is like nothing I've ever used before in any other paddle. It really is truly something special. Not only do you get an insane amount of power when you want it, but you get the largest sweet spot and most control of any other paddle. Yeah, it takes some getting used to. If you're not used to playing with power paddles, you know, you're gonna have to tone it down a little bit when you use the BoomStik. Oh, there we go. I tried to lob it, we got smoked. But if you're used to playing with power paddles, you're gonna have a great time playing with the BoomStik. And it's that crazy power when you want it, crazy spin if you can generate it, which you can, and the most amount of stability that any paddle in today's market offers. And it truly is just that special. Yeah, it's a $500 friggin' paddle, 500 Canadian, mind you, our money's a little worthless. But for the amount of fun that I've had since I purchased this paddle, Like, I think I would have spent $500 regardless, you know? I'm just, the way I see it is I go out for dinner a few times less to budget for that $500, and it's been well worth the amount of fun that it's given me. And you can see from the gameplay, you know, the proof is in the pudding. Take a look at what happens during this next play. My friend tries to drop shot me right here. I run up and I hit an aggressive dink that ends up being a winner from a defensive position. Like, it's just crazy. Alright, let's see what happens here. Nice aggressive at the net, and we win the point. Right there, serving. Deep return. Nice dink at the net. Not dink, but nice volley at the net. Nice drop shot at the net. Lots of spin. We win the point. Alright, my partner serves. Deep return. Drop, volley, dink. Tries to lob us. I think he gets it. Oh, confusion. I hit it out. So that is one thing about the boomstick that did take a little bit of getting used to, is it's very poppy and it is very powerful. But when you get to the level where you're able to control the pop and the power and use it when you need it and don't use it when you don't need it, it truly becomes like a paddle that's so good it almost feels like you're cheating. You know, the other day I told my friend who also has the same paddle, who got way better recently, that I know her secret now, and I guess she, you know, she didn't find it very funny. She was like, oh, it was good before the paddle. Anyways, shout outs to her. I'm glad that I got this paddle, and you know what, I do know your secret now. This paddle does make you better. And I've heard some people say that, you know, this paddle shouldn't be used for people who are 4.5 and lower. And I completely disagree with that. I think this is the paddle that if you learn how to use, it's going to bring you from 3.5 to 4.0 in no time. And 4.0 to 4.5 in no time. Granted, I'm not at the 4.5 level, but this paddle within the last 2-3 weeks that I've owned it has confidently brought me up to the 4.0 level. And before this, I've been kind of just stagnated at the 3.5 level. And I'm really happy that I got it. I think this has been, you know, the best $500 that I've spent. You know, in terms of value, it is a way more expensive paddle than any other paddle on the market. But the amount of fun that it's given me, also pair that with the increased durability that all foam core paddles have. You're not going to be replacing this paddle every 3 to 6 months like other paddles. So if you look at it that way from a value standpoint, the value does kind of come in a little bit. I mean, you are still spending a shitload of money on a you know, pickleball paddle. It's hard to justify, but for the right player, it does make a lot of sense. You know, if you're going through a lot of paddles because you're core crushing them, if you're able to get your hands on a boomstick, like, you're not going to core crush this boomstick, and the Infinigrid surface is going to last you way longer than any other carbon fiber grit. Now, is this paddle for everybody? Obviously not. Like I said, it is really expensive, and it's definitely not for true beginners, but if you've been playing pickleball for like between 3-6 months and you find yourself getting really into it, and you want one of the nicest paddles that money could buy that has increased durability, and you're at least a level 3.5 to 4.0 player, and you're ready to take your game to the next level, this paddle might be perfect for you. So, you know, if you live in an area that has like paddle rental services or demo services, and you can go and get your hands on one of these boomsticks and try them out before purchasing to see how much you like it, I highly recommend doing that. Now, obviously, where I live, that wasn't possible, so I had to kind of just buy it blind and hope for the best. But let me tell you, this is a safe blind buy for a paddle, at least for someone that is coming from the Yola Pro 4. So if you're using a Yola Pro 4 or any other power paddle and you're ready to try something new, try something unique with a big sweet spot and crazy stability, this paddle is for you. If you can obviously swallow the massive price tag. Now let's end this out with watching the last like 30 seconds of clips that are left in this video and just kind of see how they go. Lob, oh it's out. I don't know why he lobbed that, but he did. Deep return. Drive. Oof, high. Oh, just out, just out. I think that was game. They smoked us that game. But yeah, that was my review of the Selkirk Project Labs BoomStik. It's an amazing paddle and I highly recommend it.